So what I'm going to be looking at now is plane geometry. In plane geometry, there are a number of things I'm going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at angles, looking at triangles, quadrilaterals, and other polygons, geometrical ratio, and circle. So the first one that we are going to be looking at is an angle. And when we are talking of angle is a measure of terms, which can be it can be written in degrees and other units. So the first thing on that we are going to be looking at is when you hear the word acute angle. Acute angle, how do you draw it? It's something that is like this. If you call this one S, you can replace it as 0 less than S less than 90. So invariably you are saying S is greater than 0, but right from there till up to this, you call this one an acute angle. So another one that we are going to look at is what we call obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. In obtuse angle, you start from here, so which means it's greater than 90, but it's not up to 180. So if our x is here, we are saying that 90 is less than x is less than 180. So we have to know all these things, so it will help us when we are dealing with cycle geometry, cycle theorem. Then another thing that we are going to be looking at is right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. So this one is telling us that when you have a right angle triangle, one of the angle is 90. If S is here, you are saying S is equal to 90. So this is what we call right angle triangle. So another thing that we are going to be looking at is reflex angle. Call it a reflex angle. In reflex angle, what we are actually saying is that it's greater than 180, but it's not up to it's not. If we have S here, then what it is saying? We are saying that 180 is less than S is less than 360. This is obtuse angle. And another thing that I'm going to be looking at is what we call angle at a point. Angle at a point. So if you have different angle at a point, let's say we are having A, you are having B, you are having C, or having D, then what is angle at a point is telling us that A plus B plus C plus D equals to 360. That is angle at a point. There's what we call we also call supplementary. Call it supplementary angle. Supplementary angle means that the summation of the angle must give 180. That is angle on a straight line. If I'm having X and I'm having Y, so we are saying that S plus Y equals to 180. This is what we call supplementary angle. There is also what we call vertical opposite. Vertical opposite. All these things I'm saying, doing all these things so that to help us when we are dealing with triangle or we are dealing with theorems. So vertical opposite, if you have a shape like this side will be equal to this side. They are opposite. If you have this side, it's equal to this side. If S is here, Y is here, V is here, U is here, we are saying S equals to Y. The reason is vertical opposite, and we are also saying that V equals to U. That's what we mean by vertical opposite. So another thing that I'm going to talk about is what we call alternate angle. Alternate angle. So what alternate angle is saying is that when you have two parallel lines, I'm going to use this sign to show that they are parallel to each other. Then a slant line runs through it, whether slant or straight, and you are putting this angle is saying that for it to be alternate, when you have a two parallel line, then this angle is equal to this angle. So if you are having X here, we are having Y here, we are saying S equals to Y. So that is alternate. The reason is alternate angle. Then another thing that we are going to look at is what we call a corresponding angle. Corresponding angle. So what corresponding angle is saying is that if you have two parallel lines, I'm going to use this sign also to show that the lines are parallel. Then you have a line runs through it. Then if you are, as I'm having an angle here, which is this is a straight line, I'm having it below here, and this is also a straight line, I'm having it below here. If I'm having V here, I'm having U here, I'm saying V equals to U, and the reason is what we call corresponding angle. So these are the number of things that when we are dealing with plane geometry, which is under which I'm dealing with angle. We'll be having acute angle, obtuse angle, right angle, triangle, reflex angle. Then we have angle at a point. Then we have supplementary angle. Supplementary angle is the summation of the angle must give 180. Then we have vertical opposite, we have alternate and corresponding. So by the time you know all these things, when you see any theorem or a triangle and I'm asking you to find one of the part of the triangle, then by the time you look at it, you will be able to know which of the theorem and which of the law or which of the angle you are going to use in order to get it. Thank you.